2025 Philadelphia Eagles schedule is here, and let me tell you, it's a doozy. Can the Birds repeat what they did last year with their Super Bowl championship? Can Jalen Hurts continue to be successful on the field in this season? Today, we're going to be breaking down every game on the schedule for the Philadelphia Eagles from the different matchup challenges, and towards the end, we'll get to my official playoff win-loss prediction on this Eagles schedule preview here on Talking the Gridiron. So I'll go ahead and bring this. I'll bring the schedule up to on stage here because it's schedule's tough. Schedule's tough. I'm not going to lie. So you're looking at a schedule here starting week 1. You get week 1 opening night. The NFL has been pretty good about scheduling the reigning Super Bowl champions to open up the following season. So they're going to open up Thursday night on September 4th. To kick off the 2025 season against the Dallas Cowboys. It's always a good game. Always a lot of hype around the first game of the season. Don't get too caught up in this one, though, in my opinion. I don't think it's a trap game. I think the Eagles win this one. But it could give you an idea of what kind of season they're going to have. Because after that, at week 2, they got Kansas City. And it's at Kansas City, too, on top of it. If you look at this schedule here, so the ones in the boxes are the away games, and then the home games are the ones without the box around it. So you get to travel out to Kansas City for you get 10 days off. You don't play again until Sunday against Kansas City, 425. This should be a good one. 100%, really great game. I'm surprised this isn't a primetime game as well. Eagles, Chiefs, big one right off the bat, right at week 2 of the season as well. This will be a good one. Mahomes, Hurts. Early on in the season, you're going to see two hopefully healthy teams at this point in time go at it early on, which is great. Week 3, you got the LA Rams. Now, another playoff team here. Another playoff team with the LA Rams. Week 3, at home, so that's always helpful. But I always thought the Eagles had a little struggle against the Rams. As a recent, I could see this one necessarily. It could be a little bit of a trap game early on in the season for the Philadelphia Eagles. Puts them at 2-1 on the year. So I think they fall to this one. Fall this one here, and the same thing for week 4. You get another playoff team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, you get 4 playoff teams right off the bat between week 1 to 5, you get Tampa Bay. So, I mean, you could easily see this one going either way. You're either going to win this one, you're going to lose this one. Week 5, you got the Denver Broncos, another playoff team. Surprised a lot of people. Bo Nix in that Denver offense, in the defense more than the offense, to be honest. So, don't want to necessarily say it's a trap game. It's a home game, so that might help out too, getting the home crowd in Philadelphia get up and going for another big non-conference game here against the Denver Broncos. Week 6, you got the Giants at home or on the road on Thursday night as well. So, definitely could be a win. It should be a win here. So I'm looking at possibly 4-2, 3-3 at this point of the season. Week 7, you got the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings are a giant question mark right now, depending on the quarterback situation. Obviously, you have J.J. McCarthy, who we don't really know what kind of NFL quarterback he's going to be. We've seen what he can do in college. Don't know what he's going to be there. I think the Eagles get a win here. At this point, they'll be 5-2, 4-3, depending on how those games against the Rams, the Bucks, and the Broncos go as well. After that, week 8, you get a game against the Giants, home game against the Giants before you go into your bye week. This should be another win. I think they sweep the Giants this year, even if Jackson Dart is their starting quarterback, or rather it's Russell Wilson. I think the Giants will be a stingy team, but not enough for the Eagles to not be able to handle them. And it gets tough again here. After your bye week, week 9, you get week 10 at home against the Green Bay Packers. On the road. Against the Green Bay Packers, a Monday night game, so you get another primetime game, so that makes 3 already at this point of the season. 3 already at this point of the season against Green Bay, and you're turning around with another one on Sunday night. So you get Monday, prime time, Monday Night Football, and you get Sunday night against the Detroit Lions. At this point, you get two back-to-back NFC North teams, two teams that were pretty solid last year. Pretty solid teams. So this is tough. This is tough. So you say you go into the bye week at what? So we go win against the Cowboys. Just say loss against the Chiefs. You're 1-1. Loss against the Rams. So that's 1-2. You get a win against the Bucks, 2-2. Win against the Broncos, 3-2. Giants, 4-2. Vikings, you're 5-2, 6-2 going into the bye week. I think you come out of that Green Bay game with a loss. I think that's a tough one. Tough one there. You're on the road at Green Bay. It's always a tough place to play. You at 5-3 going into week 10. Okay, let's make sure that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 6 and 3. 6-3. I apologize. Now, well, you know what? That's a tough one. I'm gonna change my mind. I changed my mind. Give me a win against the Packers. Let's go 6-3. 6-3, Green Bay, because I think you lose the game against the Lions. They were the only team to vote for the tush push, so I think that's a little exclamation point there for you. So give me a loss against the Lions. 6-4 going into that Week 12 matchup against the Dallas Cowboys. Give me another win here. 7-4. 7-4 after that win against the Dallas Cowboys. You get I believe, Thanksgiving matchup with the way this date is put out. 11/28. So maybe the day after Thanksgiving, Friday night matchup against the Chicago Bears. Again, another team that we don't really know how they're going to be this year. So let's go. Give me a win here against the Chicago Bears. Win against the Chicago Bears. And then give me another win against the Chargers. Chargers could be a little stingy team, could be a little trap game here for this one. Win against the Raiders. This is where it's going to get fun too. So you get your last 3 games of the season are against the Commanders. If you're an Eagles fan, not only that, you could be fighting for the division. At this point, you knock out the Giants early on. You get the Cowboys taken care of. Now you got Washington standing in your way for a possible division championship. Excuse me. Could be interesting there. I think they split that series against the Commanders. They go 1-1 there. So you're looking at so we got 1 win. So it's 3, 4 win, 5-1 against the division. You win the division this year. So I think I think you lose that game against Buffalo. I do think they lose the game against Buffalo. So we're looking at let's go win against the Cowboys, loss. So 1-1. And then we'll get through this here in a minute. I'll go through, give you my final stats and whatnot on what I think. But you look at games like Kansas City, the game against Kansas City, game against Detroit. If you want 3 most important games of the season, I'll give you 3 of them that could define where their season goes and how this team is going to be later on. I think for me, it's the game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers week 4. Circle that one. Circle that date as an important game that could define the season. You're 4 weeks into the season. You get a very solid group of games right there. So going into that Denver game could determine a lot for myself. Another one that I'd circle is the game against give me the Detroit Lions. Circle that one against the Detroit Lions. Very important game as well. So that could define the season. As much as I want to circle that week 8 game against the Giants, I don't think it's going to be as important as we think there. And the last one I want to circle is the week 16 matchup against the Washington Commanders. You're not playing them until late into the season. You don't know what kind of injuries you're going to have. You don't know what kind of injuries the Commanders are going to have. That's tough. That's tough to determine that late into the season what this is going to be, what this team's going to look like at those times. You might be without Jalen Hurts. Washington might be without Jaden Daniels. Who really knows at that point in time? That's the fun part about predictions and whatnot. So, week 4, if I'm circling the most important games on the schedule that could define your season as the Eagles football squad, give me week 4, week 11, week 16. Those are the at least 3 games that I have there. So to give you my official win-loss record or prediction and any playoff seeding, anything like that. Give me a win against the Cowboys, so we're 1-0. Give me a loss against the Chiefs, so 1-1. I think you win the game against the Rams, so 2-1. I think you win against the Bucs, so you're 3-1 at this point in time. Week 4, 3-1. Eagles or the Broncos game, I think this one could be tough. I think you win it though, so I think you're 4-1 at this point in time. You get a 5-1 win against, or win against the Giants, 5-1, 6-1 against the Vikings. As much as I don't want to say, I think you win that one against the Giants as well. So 7-1 going into the bye week. That's pretty solid. I think you lose the game against Green Bay, so 7-2. I think you lose the game against Detroit, and you kind of panic a little bit. You're like, oh crap, we're gonna have to play these two teams at some point in the playoffs, possibly. Not a good look. Pick things back up. So you're looking at 7-3 after week 11. Or 8-3 after week 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7-3. So I was right. You get a win against the Cowboys, so 8-3. Win against the Bucs, so 9-3. Loss against the Chargers on Monday night. It's a late game. You're on the road. Lose that one, so 9-4. I think is where we're at. Win against the Raiders, so 10-4. You win the Week 16 matchup against the Commanders, so 11-4. Lose to give me a loss to the Buffalo Bills, so 11-5. And I think you lose that last game of the season to the Commanders, but you still win the division. Because of that Week 16 win against the Commanders. So you're looking at like a 12-5, 11-6 record is where I'm putting the Philadelphia Eagles this year. Let me know what you think. What's your record prediction? Drop it in the comments. We want to see who gets as close as possible. I say 11-5, 12-4, around that, or 11-6, 12-5, around that mark is where I'm giving the Philadelphia Eagles their record this year. So again, let us know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share it out, all you Eagles fans, and we will see you in the next schedule preview, which is going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers later on this week. So we'll see you then.